Patrick Mugavin was born in 1950, the second eldest in a family of 9, and was raised on a dairy farm in the Wollaston Road area of Warrnambool. Patrick speaks highly of the influence and encouragement of his teachers at CBC. At the school, Patrick was a keen footballer and the cricket captain. He developed strong leadership skills in Year 11, and as a prefect in 1966, he was also the college captain in 1967. Despite an early interest in agriculture as a future career, Patrick entered the Corpus Christi Seminary in Werribee in 1968. Reading the Columban missionary magazine The Far East inspired Patrick to a worldwide vision of the church and social justice. He spent his summer breaks working on remote mission stations in the jungles of Papua New Guinea, where the people suffered the lack of health services, education and literacy. Ordained as a priest in Warrnambool in 1974, Patrick served in the parishes of Horsham, Mildura and Ballarat. A visit to India in 1978 had a profound effect on Patrick. An exploration of Eastern spirituality led him to discover a rich Catholic heritage of meditation and contemplative practices. In 1982, Patrick was appointed the Foundational Director of Youth Ministry in the Ballarat Diocese, supporting youth and young adults in their journey of faith. From 1985, Patrick spent 6 years serving in Chile, South America, after spending 5 months at language school in Bolivia. He worked and lived with the poorest of poor in the shanty town of Santiago during a volatile period under General Pinochet. During Pinochet's dictatorship, the military-ruled Chile and political dissidents was punished. It is estimated that between 10 and 30,000 people went missing and that 200,000 Chileans were forced into exile. In endeavouring to be the voice of the voiceless, the priest and the parish were regarded as enemies of the state. During that time, Patrick worked closely with families of the tortured and disappeared. In 2011, the Chilean government officially recognised over 36,000 survivors of torture and political imprisonment, as well as over 3,000 people killed or disappeared at the hands of the military government. Patrick was inspired by the courage and faith of the victims of torture and the families of those who disappeared. Returning to the diocese, Patrick again found himself in Mildura. In 2000, Patrick spent a year in Chicago at the Institute for Spiritual Leadership, an organisation committed to equipping leaders in the ministry to be influential in the community in which they live. This was to help Patrick in the difficult work that was yet to come. Since 1996, Patrick has continuously been deeply involved with the victims and family of those sexually abused by the clergy. Extensive media appearances, public meetings, cleansing rituals, symbolic actions, removal of names from church foundation stones. These were some of the actions he led in this sad and traumatised time. Patrick has continued to be involved with many such survivors and their families over succeeding years until the present. He continues to be an outspoken advocate for the addressing of this injustice. This year, Patrick has completed 40 years of ordained ministry, and he is parish priest of St Mary's Parish, Hamilton. We recognise Father Patrick Mugavin for the life of service to the poor, the persecuted and the marginalised.